Good morning, Twyla.
Yay! Good morning, Al. What a day. It's been so long.
It has been, for us, it's been a long time.
Yes, been a long time, been a long time, been a long, lonely, lonely, lonely,
For you
lonely,
viewers,
lonely
and I
time.
don't even know what, we haven't really been paying attention. The virus has come upon us.
No, the reaction to the virus.
Thank you. People's reaction to the virus, yes. Let's not get too
Oh, I know, it's like, wait,
Right
did
in
we
the
transform over to plant-based to over to
Now,
rant race?
Let me go to my script. I finally have made up a script, and I am much more comfortable if I have a script or an outline rather than, unlike my co-host, Twyla, who just can go on and on about anything and everything, and she does.
And too much. So,
And too
yes.
much,
And
yeah.
that's why I
No,
need,
not too much.
And those of you who took my class before at Sac State, you know I need that outline. Otherwise, woo, I am off into
yes. All right.
not into the Wuhan.
There's a little out of order, but I like your earrings.
What are they, Al?
But they look to be oranges
Yes.
and tangerines.
Oranges, because I brought you oranges.
You did, thank you, yes.
I do this great recipe.
She does this great thing. She brings me something every time we do a podcast. Yes.
And it's not just my terrible sense of humor. I bring you food to eat. So I did this recipe, and all it is oranges. Okay?
Yes.
I peel the oranges, stick the whole orange in the Vitamix, maybe 2 or 3 of them, and then take some non-dairy vanilla ice cream, or nice cream.
Nice cream.
Stick it in the blender, little vanilla, zoom. They taste exactly like creamsicles, 50-50 bars.
Oh, yes.
So good. Yes, so good. Anyway, and speaking of which, there's this new kind of, I say ice cream, and of course you know I don't mean ice cream. It's called Hakuna Banana. And all it is bananas, just like we had at Zest, or just like we make here. Bananas and strawberry, or bananas and cocoa powder, or just strict bananas, and they put it in a little container.
Somebody sells this?
Yeah, Hakuna Banana at Sprouts.
At Sprouts?
At Sprouts.
Oh.
It is delicious. Yes.
Ooh.
And Not a Moo is on sale right now. They're the non-dairy ice cream. Not a Moo, 2 for, by the time this airs, the sale might be off.
No, it's going to air, I think, soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, they had a 2-for-1 sale. And their ice cream is usually $6.99 a pint.
Yeah, but how much fat's in it?
Don't know.
Yeah.
Don't care during
don't care.
Yeah,
I
don't
know.
care. After I can...
The average person has gained like 8 to 10 pounds during this, whatever it is.
Reaction, yeah.
Yeah. And how much have you gained?
I don't get on a scale.
Oh,
I just go by my pants being too tight.
I had dinner the other night with my good friend Esther, and she's given up the scale. She says,
I think that's great, yes.
She says there is no way, if you eat like I do, her and I, she and I eat almost identical.
Right.
That you can gain weight. And I weigh myself every single day. I do it because I'm afraid if I don't watch my weight, it'll get too low. Yes.
Shut up.
I know,
okay?
it's true.
Yeah.
So then I bulk up and I eat bigger meals, or I eat an extra one. So yeah, and it's true. If you're on this diet, weight is not an issue.
No, and I just want to say one more thing about Esther's book.
Yes.
It is really good. Chili Smith has one. I want to talk about Chili Smith a little bit too. I made some great recipes. I made a black bean mango salsa that is so good that I put over zucchini fritters.
Ooh.
And zucchini fritters, the mango salsa, no oil, obviously vegan. The zucchini fritters are delicious. So Chili Smith has those recipes posted on his website, just chilismith.com. And so I put the fritters, and then I put the mango bean salsa. It was so good. Anyway.
It sounds good.
It's really good. Yeah, maybe I should bring you that.
Why don't you bring me that? Yes.
I
would probably do this more
because
often.
I don't have zucchini fritter earrings, okay?
Don't look at me to buy you those.
No, I didn't think so. Okay.
All right.
So...
Anything else you've got?
So I had that. Oh, I just wanted to talk about... This is so exciting. Most of you remember from Gloria. Glory, glory, Gloria. Gloria. I was talking to someone. I go, I saw Gloria. They go,
she had RA so bad she couldn't hold a toothbrush without wrapping it in a washcloth to get the grip. And she went on the whole food plant-based program, and
typing all the way now.
All the time. And
Her RA is so good. She's started making greeting cards. These nutrition, aren't they darling?
they are.
The one thing, if those of you who took my class remember about Gloria, she's like Martha Stewart. Okay,
She is.
everything is super creative, super
Yes.
matching, super perfect. And so I
Yeah.
saw her the other day on Sunday. She goes, "What do you think of these cards?" I go, "Oh yeah, they're great. I love them. Where'd you get them?" She goes, "I made them." Oh, I can't stand people like that. I mean, I do. Obviously, I love her. But if you want to know more about those cards, and I go, "Oh my gosh, I'd buy them." And I think she should have her own Etsy store. And I think she
Really?
should put them in health food stores.
I think. Oh, she hasn't done that.
She doesn't know, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You just have all the ideas. Let
And
someone
someone
else
else-
implement them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is
You and yeah, I
which
think
is
that's
why
good.
we're having problems.
I think that's anyway. Gloria's the one who also did my cookbook. If you remember that.
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes,
that
I
was
do
really
remember.
good. That was really fun. Okay, so I said that. Oh, and then I wanted to just talk about 2 books. Deborah Kaplan. She is the organizer for Folsom Vegan Meetups.
Yes.
And Folsom
Advocacy.
Advocacy. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's what it is. And she's having a Zoom meeting sometime in July. And this is the book we're reading: How to Create a Vegan World: A Pragmatic Approach. And it is so good. You can take the ideas and the philosophy and everything that they have in here and apply it just about to anything in life, not just being a vegan,
Yes.
just about anything in life. And
That's
so,
one of my tests for books and concepts and
Okay.
philosophies. If they don't apply to everything, they're probably not going to be too good. If it just applies to this one thing,
yeah.
it probably isn't a good idea.
Because I could insert when I was reading it, instead of vegan, I put this concept or that concept.
Yeah.
And you have that going too because you and I both listen to Scott Adams a lot.
Yes.
Same thing. And I think you're reading David Horowitz's book?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. So anyway, so I want to talk about that if you want to get on the book club. Or you can just text me or email me, 916.
Or the podcast on the website.
The website, okay.
Because you do check the email, don't you? I guess not. I will
Next topic.
send it because I will forward it to her. I check it.
And then the other one I'm reading is, you guys, I just come in here, beep bop around, have
She
fun.
just parachutes in,
Yeah.
and I do all the work.
Yeah, duh. Okay. Benefits of plant-based medicine. It's a super easy read, nice big print, and obviously very much against the whole pharmaceutical company and all that kind of stuff. Then the one last one, Plague of Corruption by Judy Mikovits. I'm sure you've seen her. Or it was taken down by YouTube. I think it's on Bitchute now. BITCHUTE.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Which
yes.
is funny because it's Bitchute, but
Yes.
when you type it, it can be
CHUTE.
BITCHUTE. Yeah.
And I
And I'm
wasn't sure which it was.
Me either. I'm like, excuse me, but it's not.
So
But-
is that going to be an alternative to YouTube or something? Do you know?
I don't know. I just know that all the videos that YouTube decides to ban, Bitchute
Oh.
automatically picks them up.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, not automatically. I think they look for the ones that have been banned.
No, probably no. I would
Oh.
say I'm just speculating.
Yeah, I don't know that
But
much about
I do
it
that
either.
a lot, but I would guess that if I put up or like this lady puts up a YouTube video that is quote unquote controversial, which
Uh-huh.
means that those in power don't agree with, then that person would then go over to Bitchute and put it on there. That would be my guess.
That could be it. Well, also
Because they're not going to go around and search all the ones that have been canceled. They're not going to do that. No.
I think what they do is they will look at a video and then they probably wait for YouTube to ban it or something. I don't know.
No,
Like the COVID 911 insurgency video.
you can't just take somebody else's video and put it up. They got to send it to you.
Because I don't know technical stuff. Ours might get banned. What if ours get banned? How cool would that be? Yeah, okay. All right. That means we're actually having people watch if we get banned.
Okay.
Which,
Are you done now?
No.
No.
Oh, speaking of earrings, hello, Chef AJ. I know you're not watching, but she stole my earrings.
She is so
Shtick.
jealous.
Yeah. Chef AJ, you stole. Okay, I don't care if you have 18,000 followers, and we have none, Makes no difference. You must have stole my earring thing.
Seven. I don't know.
Is it 7,000?
I just make that up.
You mean 7,000?
I have no
You mean
idea.
17,000? You mean 70,000?
I haven't.
You mean 7 million? All right, I think I'm finished. Oh, one more thing. I ordered a scan pan. I got it yesterday. I haven't tried it.
Tell them what a scan pan is.
A scan pan is, it's made in Denmark, and it's the alternative to a Teflon, which you don't want to use Teflon, obviously. It's PFOE free, and they use stratanium. Stratanium? I don't know what that is. Stratanium? Maybe stratanium. Anyway, probably something they made up. They've got 5 layers of solid compound.
And it's non-stick.
Non-stick, no oil. So I haven't tried it, but since Mary McDougall and a couple of other vegan bloggers that I follow,
Whole
they
food,
also
plant-based bloggers.
That's what I meant. Yeah, no oil bloggers.
There you go.
The
Now
no oil.
you've got
How's
my
that one?
interest.
Yay!
Yes.
Finally, woo!
Yes.
Those are his words. If I say no oil, I gotta watch it.
All right. Now it's my turn, I guess, huh? Boy, have I done a lot. First, I want to tell you about the one that I'm most excited about. About a year ago, I bought myself a 3-wheel recumbent bike, which you sort of lay down like this, and you put your feet out and you pedal with your feet, and then you steer with your hands. 3-wheeler, so you can't fall over. But it's like it's like sitting in a lawn chair. Oh, it's comfortable. You know, if I used to ride 2-wheel cycles, and they were fun and they're great. But you'd ride for an hour and a half, and you come home and you have to have the seat surgically removed from your butt. So it wasn't.
And then it still felt like it was on there for the next 3 days,
it was
right?
Not good. So I had one of these before, and when I became a cardiac cripple, and if you guys have all watched all my videos, you know that I couldn't do anything, and there's no way that I could bike. So I had to sell the darn thing, and after I read the 3 books and recovered, I felt so good. I had so much energy. I'm going to go out and buy myself a new one. And I just went out, didn't even think about it. Just bought exactly what I had before. This one was blue, the other one was white. But other than that, it was identical.
Pretty close, yeah.
Yeah. And so I did it. Well, yeah, I wasn't a cardiac cripple anymore, but I couldn't go for a couple hours. I couldn't go. I used to go 20 miles or 10 miles, 10, 12 miles before. I did 5 miles a couple times, but I was beat. I was really
Tell them
tired.
just how long ago that was. Put it in a time frame.
That was a year ago.
Okay, yeah.
That was a year ago.
Yes.
I could do it. I mean, a year, 3 years before that, I couldn't do it at all.
Right.
But I could do, a year ago, I could do a mile. So I ended up, I spent a lot, those things aren't cheap. I spent a lot of money on it, and I ended up just driving 1.5 miles every day on my street, because they're not, I couldn't do hills either. I could do them, but oh God, they were really hard.
You have hills here. This is a hill.
I live on a hilly area,
Yeah.
but my street is relatively level. And it was fun. I took pictures of the turkeys chasing me, and they're
Boring. That could be really
channel.
symbolic or a metaphor. Turkeys chasing you. But I won't go there. You
I
kind of
was
draw your
reading
own.
them.
Oh. Yeah, you could draw your own conclusion. Yeah.
Yes, you
okay.
can. So, my neighbor, right just before the crisis hit, my neighbor bought 2 e-bikes, and I had been thinking about them and looking at them, and he says, "Would you like to drive one?" Oh, of course I would. So he lets me ride his wife's, which was
Ride his wife's bicycle.
bicycle. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a step through, because of age and all, I can't really lift my leg over a standard bike. So I thought, oh yeah, I'll ride that. Well, it's a ball. I loved it, and so I went.
So that was just only a few months ago. Remember that?
That was
like
February or
Okay,
March.
February. Right.
Yeah.
So just a few months
Just
ago.
a
Kind
few
of keep
months
that in
ago.
mind. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And so it was just, I thought, this is wonderful. You still have to pedal. It isn't you press a button and it goes. You still have to pedal. So I thought, well, this is neat. And so I rode it for about a half an hour, 45 minutes, and I'm just going up and down hills, and it's like there's no hills. It's wonderful. So I got to buy myself one of these. So I go down to the store and talk to the guy, and the price was, again, they're not cheap, but they're not that expensive. So I thought, yeah, but then I got home and I looked in the garage and there's my forlorn little three-wheeler.
Because bikes do have feelings.
Yes.
So yeah, Ow.
And it only had like, my tricycle only had like 100 miles on it, and I've had it a year. So because I'm just going up and down the street, I don't drive it very much. So I thought, you know what? I called up the guy I bought it from. I said, can you put an electric motor and a battery on this? And he said, oh yeah. Well, it took him a month because of the
whole thing,
COVID thing.
Mm-hmm.
But he put it on, and I got it, and it's just the best thing I've ever had. I just was amazing. Now, I've only had it like 2 weeks, and I've already put a couple 100 miles on it.
That is, I think, the key point right there. You
Yes.
had one for a year, only 100. You've had
Yes.
this. Just the improvement that he has experienced, and
Yeah.
I
Yes.
think that, like, what did they say? The first thing to do is get on it and just
the best exercise is
the one
exercise
you
you'll do. And
Right.
I love it. And so Friday we went 31 miles, and yesterday I only did 10, 12.
Most people aren't even driving 31 miles these
I
days.
know. So tomorrow
Tomorrow.
we're getting up. I got a bunch of guys I ride with. Tomorrow we're getting up, and we're going to take the light rail down to downtown Sacramento and unload the bikes because they'll fit on there and trike. And then we're going to bicycle all the way back home to up here to Folsom, and that's 32 miles. And I'm
Am I supposed to
looking
seem
forward to it.
excited? Okay, because now, oh, that sounds great, Al. Can I join you? Please say no. Please say no. Please say no. I can't join you. Oh, okay, bummer.
You
Okay.
women are good at faking a lot of things. You should be able to fake that. All right, so I want to tell you it's improved my life. I get out and you can't see my legs, but they're brown. I get plenty of vitamin D because the rides last an hour and a half, 2 hours. And
That's more than I sleep every night.
Probably. So, anyway, and there's no way I could ride that bike unassisted for anywhere near that length of time. And
But
so,
I'm just saying the dedication that you have is incredible.
well, it's just
because
I get out. In fact, if we both be quiet for a second. Here we are riding on my new. Well, it's my old one, but I had a electric assist put on it, and now I can ride almost indefinitely. Good morning. I just love it. I'm now going about 12 miles an hour with hardly any pedaling at all. Of course, in all fairness, I think it's downhill. But this is just great. I have to watch out for people. There's just lots of people on the bike path because we're in the middle of the epidemic. Good morning. Here we go. This is just a delightful bike trail. I'm going to stop now, and then I'm going to start it again later when we come to a really interesting session. That was long enough just to show you. That was a minute video I just showed you of the ride and the beautiful trees and the scenery and being out. Just
being outside.
Being outside.
So important.
You don't need a mask
outside.
because you're not near anybody. The virus can't possibly go 10 miles an hour. So I don't worry about that. All right. So that's the first thing. Now the second thing that I have, a new device that I have, is
he loves his toys. Have you noticed?
I
Like,
do.
oh, good, I got
The difference
this.
between-
Got a big air fryer. Got my tripod. Got this.
The
You're like,
difference between men and boys is the price of their toys.
yeah, and the storage.
Yeah, that is a problem.
Legos take like this much room, all this other stuff.
All right. Well, I probably may not have mentioned it before because I mentioned everything else, but I'm sort of concerned about my blood pressure, and it's not really high, but it's not in the 10s and the 20s, which I think it should be. But I've listened to McDougall about that, and he has some really interesting things to say. He says one of the reasons that blood pressure gets high for people like me that have had coronary artery disease is that your artery, the little part of your arteries, which you know and I know, it caused me to be a cripple, were getting clogged. He says, well, at the very the tiniest parts they're clogged. So the body, in its infinite wisdom, raises the blood pressure so it can perfuse all of your cells with with blood, so that they get
like a protection,
so that they don't get oxygen. And he says if you lower it artificially, he says what you do is then those parts of the body die and you die of something else. And he says nobody ever dies of high blood pressure. You think, well, sure they do. No, they die of something else. They die of kidney failure, but they die of some secondary thing of it. So anyway, I've been concerned about it, and one of my concerns is that my doctors, you're 84 years old, you got to have high blood pressure medicine. You got it's not what it should be. It's not 140 exactly. So you've got to have medication, and so they gave me some medication. The medication was giving me heart pains. So I said, I can't take this. And that was one before I had the e-bike, and I was still pedaling. And I'd go out and pedal, and I'd get chest pains. This is why I went on this lifestyle change.
Was to avoid.
I don't want chest pains.
Right.
So if you do research with McDougall or Popper, they will tell you that statistically, the effects of taking blood pressure medication is high. It's not maybe as high as if you leave it up there to 160 or 170, but it's still serious. So, and I think I told you the story. I was camping, and I had my cuff with me, and I woke up at night all nervous, and I took my blood pressure. It was 220 over 190 or something, and I started breathing deeply because I had seen Dr. Greger's thing, and it just dropped right down, so like to 140. I thought, oh, okay, I'm good. And so I thought, well, I ought to review that. I ought to look at that again and see what it says. So I look at it again, and he tells it and how it drops your blood pressure. And then I started reading the reviews, and one of the reviews, somebody said you ought to check out Respirate, and so I went to the website, and which
is an actual machine.
It's an actual machine.
Yeah, not just like respiration.
You check it out. Well, I did check it out. I went to the website, and it is a device, and this is what the device. Oh, I just turned it on. All right, and this is all it consists of. And this goes around your chest area, depending on some people breathe with the diaphragm, and some people breathe by expending. Check. So you figure that out first. You put it on, and it tells you how many respirations per minute you have, and then this. They gave you earphones, but I have hearing aids, and I can't wear hearing.
So you have to wear the headphones.
So I have to wear headphones, and then they play music, and it says inhale, exhale. And so they get you in a nice rhythm, and you read the respirations per minute, and then they change to music, and you get one tone going up and one tone going out.
Sounds like yoga.
It is. It's very much like that, and I have to really, when I do it, you have to do it for 15 minutes a day. And when I do it, I have to guard against falling asleep.
Yes.
But I try to get into a zone, and they say close your eyes. I can't do that. If I close my eyes, I'll fall right asleep.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, it had, and I didn't bring my records in, but you bring the records in, and it has dropped my blood pressure in, I think I've been on it 3 weeks now. It's dropped it 20 points.
That is incredible. I think it's been longer than 20. I mean, longer than 3 weeks, because we haven't even been together for 3 weeks, and you just got it in the mail.
You're right.
Yeah, I mean
4 weeks then. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
But it doesn't. It's
but still, that's amazing. Without,
Now, what I do is, and I may have to continue this my whole life, and that's all right. I don't find it objectionable. It's very relaxing. So, in the instructions, they say always take your blood pressure 3 times and then get the average.
Right.
Well, that's fun. I didn't even know that. So I did. But so I set my blood pressure machine. It's got a thing. It'll do it for me. It takes it 3 times and it averages. So I take it before I do the session and afterwards.
Oh, that's smart.
And that drops 5 or 10 or 15 points just in the session. So
So,
Go ahead.
are you doing a commercial for them? Are you getting
No,
like a
I'm not,
kickback?
but
Are you sure?
I
Because this
don't
was
get,
great.
you and I don't get money on anything, but it's Respirate, and if
Put it on
I
the
will put it in the
and the
thing.
links and the
It works
different
for me. It isn't cheap.
things. I was
Nothing.
gonna say, how much is it?
I think
it's 350.
no.
No?
I think it's 150.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember.
All right.
It's cheaper than a funeral, or it's cheaper than going to an expensive hospital. So I don't worry about health expenses.
Exactly.
I take, and unfortunately, Tobias, I won't even tell her how much I paid for my e-bike. I don't care.
Notice I didn't even ask that. In case
Yeah,
Dottie
that was
watches
good.
it, that one
That
I'm
was
not
good.
asking. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Now, as I said, I'm going to have to do this every day, and it's only it takes about 20 minutes to set it up. And so actually, what I do is I turn on the TV, and
That doesn't get your blood pressure going as soon as you turn on the TV.
It depends what you watch.
Oh, okay.
And I have
Watch Andy Griffith.
what do you call
or...
what do you call the thing? Subtitles.
Yes,
I
nice.
read the subtitles.
Oh, perfect.
And
okay.
I don't follow, but it just gives me something to stay awake
to keep
for.
your right.
Yeah,
Right.
all right. So then, now we're into my schedule. So I have a lot of, thanks to Tammy and other people, I do batch cooking. And so once a week, I have to cook up my batch of oat groats. And that you put them in and you cook them, and I just love those. They're just wonderful. But it takes, it cooks, they have to cook for 10 minutes, but then they have to sit for 2 hours. Well, I don't have to be there, but I have to be there to check them. So I have to do that. Now, every morning and every afternoon, one of the benefits of every morning and afternoon, I eat Costco Power Greens, which the benefits are keeping my endothelium healthy and keeping my blood vessels open. It turns out one of the things they do for COVID patients is put them on nitrous oxide. And Dr. Eshelstyn was saying, I was watching a video, and that's one of the main things they do to treat the virus. Evidently, the virus doesn't like that. Well, one of the things that greens do is build up your nitrous oxide. So I have to make up a batch of those once a week. And now that, I have to cook a third of a package for 7 minutes, and then put balsamic vinegar on it and chop it all up and yada, yada, yada. So that takes a whole morning. So I do that once a week. I have to do that. And then I have to make up my sassy drink every day.
I tell you, your schedule, Al.
I know.
Whoa.
It is. And this is all to keep me healthy and vinegar. And so I
Okay,
can
but that's
use
going to be
that.
a turnoff. People go, if I have to do all that, forget it.
I know.
Take me to Baskin Robbins.
Trust
okay,
me,
we
at
don't-
84, I love it. So I dice a cucumber, celery, mint leaves, and ginger. And you brought me some ginger.
I did.
Thank you.
Organic ginger. Yes, I did.
Yes, and I let it sit overnight, and I drink one of those every day. So I have to do that every day. And my current plant-based doctor gave me that off of prescription.
yeah.
She
told
says,
me. She said
try
that.
to eat this. It'll be good for your stomach. I used to have terrible acid reflux, and it's after 6 or 7 months now. It does help. So yeah. And it's very inexpensive, and I like to drink something, and it has just a nice, delicate flavor.
Do you think you could put the recipe on the
I could.
website?
I
Could you do that? Okay,
Yes.
thanks.
But
I
thank
mean,
you for reminding me.
you're welcome. In other words, thank you for reminding me means thank you for not nagging me.
I didn't say that.
Thinking it. Okay.
All right. So then I got to, then of course I have to go back to my right now.
Get on the bike.
Get on the bike.
Get on the bike,
So
baby.
I ride for an hour,
Get
2
in the bike
hours,
seat, baby.
and then I have to drive to take it down there and back. So that pretty much shoots the morning, and then I have to walk our dog with Dottie.
La, 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 la.
And then have I mentioned shopping?
Shopping.
I
One of
didn't.
my
I
favorite
never
things.
did. Dottie took care of me. I never did the shopping. Now I at least do half of it, and I think nothing of running to the store to get a little bit of fresh mint or this because I want it to be right. So now I do all this because I love being. Nothing feels nothing tastes as good as healthy feels. I said it wrong.
I like that. Mm-hmm.
But nothing. I mean, I don't care. You can complain and say, "Oh, I would never do that."
I'll miss this. I'll miss that.
Would, look at all the energy I have with you right now, giving you a hard time.
Yay!
And loving it. So I just love my life. This is not a complaint. This is not too bad, guys. I'm just saying I love it. But I have some other interests, things that I like to do, like reading books. And I'm
rock hounding,
going to the desert all by myself, which I can do because I have the physical ability. And I love reading. I've become a history buff, and aside from the books, so I'm telling you all this because I don't have time for this.
He doesn't have time for me. Are you kidding? Who wants to take his place? Anybody out there?
Yes.
Anybody out there want to take his place?
Well, actually, if we could get an editor, I would love that. Someone would put this stuff on the internet because this is going to take me another couple of days to do this.
Can you do it while you're on your bike?
Part of it, no, I can't.
No, okay.
Part of it is I do think like I tinker and fix things on the bike. It used to take me 5 minutes, and now they take 2 hours just because I'm a lot slower. But anyway, I have been blessed. I have wonderful health, even though it's not anywhere near perfect. But at 84, I have really good health. I have a wonderful wife. I have a wonderful home. I live
great dog.
My dog is the best. I have a wonderful area I live in. I have wonderful plant-based friends, even this one.
Good thing you didn't put me in the same category as the Bitchute. I have a great Bitchute partner. Would you actually say there? What am I?
I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
No. So I have been blessed, and I try to give back. Anybody that I talk to, I tell them about my.
He's the best cheerleader. I thought I was a good cheerleader. He's like he
try.
gets everybody on board.
But, you can't care more about people's health than
they care about themselves. Yes.
Yeah. So I
love that cheese Danish story.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we won't. Because we're at. Look what time it is.
I know we're just about done. So is anything? We're still talking about whether we're going to continue them or not. We're not closing the door.
We're just waiting for Al to get off his bike, okay? Maybe when the raining season comes, and we're going to do it on rain days.
Oh, can the winter? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a fair weather biker. Yeah, I will.
You don't have to even put biker after that. You're fair weather, period.
I'm not a fair weather friend.
Really?
No.
Okay, all right.
You've already tested me.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, that was a great story. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I think it's.
So
time.
it's not like our swan song or anything.
No.
And I'm still going to be doing some online cooking classes for Chili Smith. So I hate to say they're cooking; they're more like demo. It's just like this is what I do. I'm just going to show you how to make the salsa and how to make the fritters.
And she has promised. We got to quit because the thing's going to cut us off.
All right. Okay.
All right. Say good night, Gracie.
Good night, George.
Good
We
night.
love you guys.
We love you.
Keep in touch.